Welcome, Sagittarius and Sagittarius crosswatchers. Oops. Okay, then. So we have the Two of Pentacles reversed here. Sag, I feel like it feels like somebody's coming to you with some BS this week. And I feel like you told them. From what I'm feeling, either you told them or you knew that this was going to happen. And I feel like there's almost this element of you looking at the situation like they should have been able to see it for themselves. It doesn't feel necessarily like frustration coming from you. That could be it. But I feel like now it's more like the energy coming off of you is disappointment. Like something could have been so much easier. Could we get another one for Sagittarius? Whoops. So we have the Four of Pentacles there. You know what it kind of feels like? I feel like there's somebody around you that is making the same mistakes over and over again. And I feel like they seem to have this cycle that they really aren't able to see it right now. I was trying to see if they were, just willingly ignoring it, but from what I'm seeing, I don't think they can actually see it right now. They genuinely believe that whatever they've done doesn't warrant what's happened, right? It's the end. Now, I feel like I should preface this with saying, sometimes bad things happen and it's out of our control, right? But I feel like in this situation here, this person, it's like one bad thing happens to them and any of the steps that they took towards this thing happening are automatically like negated. They're automatically off the table for this person. And it feels like they use this type of the cycle that they're in as a reason to be resentful towards other people. And I feel like I was going to say you pity them, but I'm not even feeling that so much. It's almost like you might be washing your hands of this person. You know what I mean? It's almost like you may have been looking at the situation like if they go through this cycle one more time, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear them talk about it again, right? It's like you might have, this may not be the actual situation. Okay. It's just an easy example that most people understand. For example, if you had a friend that continually went back to the same person, the same romantic partner, and they treated them like crap again, and this person had the nerve to be surprised when they did it again and again and again. You know what I mean? It's almost like this person expects people to, despite the fact that they have been shown different, they expect this situation to turn out exactly the way that other people say, like, right? So if someone says, I'm going to show up at 4:00, this person expects them to show up at 4:00, which of course would be courteous of other people's time, right? But it's like if someone has been consistently late and then getting equally as angry that they're late, it's almost like you've learned to accept those faults in people. You don't get too upset about it. It doesn't mean that you accept garbage from everybody, but stuff like that doesn't get under your skin. It certainly doesn't bother you like it bothers this person. It's almost like they get up on their soapbox. I feel a little bit they might get up on their high horse, but it's not quite that for most of you at least. It feels more that it's like this person has the right to be indignant when they kept going back to the same thing. It's like the stove is hot. They touch the stove. Oh, the stove is hot. Stupid stove. Touch it again, and the same reaction. Oh, that stupid stove. Right? It's like, well, stop touching it then. And I feel like the reason you're not angry at this person is because there is still a bit of pity in there from you. So, can we get one more for this Four of Pentacles? Honestly, I feel like you've tried to show this person a different way. I feel like you have tried to, it's almost like you're seeing some parallels between you and this person that keeps going back to the same thing, in that I feel like for a time when they would go through this cycle, you would try to be supportive and try to be supportive. And you know what I mean? It's like them being stuck in that cycle pulled you into it for however long that it did. Maybe not long, maybe long. But either way, I feel like the impact of this seems to significantly impact how you size other, like, new people up. I feel like it may have jaded you a little bit. Almost like, because this person kept bringing this nonsense to your door and wanting you to, like, I feel like they leaned on you more than they want to admit to themselves. So like when stuff would go south with whatever the situation was, you're kind of their fixer, and they seem to feel that they feel abandoned, whether you see it that way or not. That's, you're allowed to see things differently. They feel that you've abandoned them. It kind of feels like this person saw you as someone that they'd always be able to lean back on. And from what I'm seeing, it looks like they're deeply, deeply hurt. And I kind of feel like they're looking at the situation, looking at you like, oh, Sag is only that way because their life is so easy. And, it's only because things just work out for them and blah, 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 and all that nonsense, because they're not, I feel like deep down they know that they drove you away. But their coping mechanisms, or however they're dealing with this, it's a lot easier to say, oh, Sag has a positive outlook because their life is easy, rather than looking at, I feel a little bit like the mess they've made. It's almost like I'm feeling for a lot of them, they are terrified to open their eyes and really look at what they've done with their life. That's the type of energy I'm getting from them. It's like the reason they get stuck in these cycles and why things always, it's like they can't really ever seem to get any traction, is because they're constantly living in fear. Like they're maybe not actually, but they're metaphorically, they're always looking over their shoulder. For them, it felt like the two of you were like night and day. They miss you, but it feels like the type of person that would never, ever in a million years tell you that. It's like they don't want to give anything to anybody. It doesn't, sometimes that comes from like a really selfish place. From what I'm feeling with this person, it's not. And I think you knew that, and that's why you gave them the chance in the first place, because it's like you could see that there was something like much deeper, much better underneath that. And it's like, but they let it destroy them anyway, despite you being there, right? Okay, let's get just going to make sure the deck is upright. Let's get some final advice for Sag. I checked that the deck was upright, but I guess this one card was reversed. So we have Judgment reversed. Sag, despite this person wanting to make changes so that they don't lose you, I don't really see it happening. The Judgment usually talks about, it's almost like the culmination, the wheel turns in your favor, and then the Judgment is kind of the ending of that cycle, and so that a new cycle can begin. And from what I'm seeing, this person might still not be able to see the cycle that they're experiencing with whatever they keep going back to. And from what I'm seeing, okay, I feel like if that cycle doesn't stop and you are still around, I feel like you're going to be disgusted by the whole thing. And it could lead you, it could, if you get to that point where you're kind of disgusted with the choices that this person is making, it could lead you to treating them almost dismissively. I feel like if you stuck around in the way that you are and being really supportive, it doesn't mean you drop this person if that's not what's right for you. But if you stay stuck in this cycle with them, I feel like it's going to change you into the type of person that you would wake up one day and be like, gross, who is this? Who have I become? So I think I'll leave it there, Sag. Sorry it wasn't the nicest reading. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.